8, so we get like 2 solid hours. Whereas before, the warehouse or rehearsal spot was close to all of our work, so we could be there by like 6:30 or 7, and we had a
Right.
lot more time to kind of help stuff out. So unfortunately, Mother Nature kind of messed up our writing uh, a little bit. But no, like I said, Chris, like I said, he would come with a bunch of ideas, and Vince, our newest guitarist, they would just kind of put ideas in there. We go back and forth, and then kind of get the main structure there, and then I would jam on it, and then we just kind of put everything together once we get to get the rehearsal. But I'd say, like I said, the stuff's incredible. I think like I said, people really dig what we did on the Necrosis. I think they really appreciate what we're coming up with for this album. And right now we're tentatively going with 8 tracks. Might have a 9th one on there. We'll see how that
Okay.
goes. But we're going to be at 8. I would say, a lot of the tracks just more along the lines of Inheriting Ruin, Behold the Bloodshed, and what was it? Yeah, Cleansed. Like more, a lot of stuff going on. Still all over the place. They're kind of touching different styles.
Sure.
But I don't think there's any song kind of like Necrosis where kind of really just has that straight ahead black metal vibe.
Hmm.
It's more, like I said, those 3 other tunes that have a kind of a lot of stuff going on in them, solos and just, all that stuff that
Sure.
makes the song heavy.
Sure. What is the environment like? I mean, obviously you're near Tampa, and that's obviously the home of this.
Yeah.
And that's great. You can go and play this kind of music there pretty much any weekend you want, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
But once you leave Tampa, once you come to the Midwest, once you go out west, it's a different animal where a lot of times a band like yours needs I don't know, Cannibal Corpse, I'm just throwing a name, but you need that kind of a band to take you out. What is the environment as far as getting out there and sharing the music? Because I'm imagining it's got to be hard for a band like yours right now to get out there and share it with people.
It is. I mean, because like I said, definitely a different animal these days. In terms of how people get discover music, and there's such an
Hmm.
overload with so many bands. There's a lot of competition out there, so you definitely need to go with a bigger band that kind of bring that crowd out to get visibility and get eyes on you. To be honest, all the shows we play in Florida, I mean, again, this goes to the connection thing. Obviously, there are a lot of the promoters here for 20 years, and then once they kind of knew that even with Chris, we just being in other bands. Once they knew that we had a band together. I mean, a lot of the shows we played down have been pretty killer. Like we just played Inhuman Condition record release party last week. That was
Okay.
like a last invite. We're direct support for Gruesome next month. We played with Monstrosity.
Okay.
Uh, you know, uh, Trying to think here. Obituary, you played with them a few times there. So I guess in that sense, it's been a help. It hasn't been hard at all. We've been lucky enough and fortunate enough to have these connections where they were able to give us this opportunity to play with these bands, and then to get more eyes on the band. But also going forward, once we do this release, we'll probably do some runs here and there. And
Okay.
like I said, we'll probably explore maybe like some booking agents like that to get us on maybe a tail end run of a longer tour or
Hmm.
regional.